Hello, all my good friends out there in TV land. This is Senior Issues, etc. I'm your host, Vita Verdon, and thank you for tuning into the show today. You're not going to be disappointed. You know, I listened to all your requests, and we've gotten to know each other after all these years. And this show, you have to sit down and pay attention to and get a paper and pencil, because I want you to get this information. There's things in what we're going to tell you about that you will greatly benefit from. Now, I have a woman here today that is got the information that we need to really help us in our senior years. It's services available, and it's an organization, I'm sure you've heard of it, called Catholic Charities. She's going to tell us a little bit about herself and the organization. So I want you to sit back, relax, have your paper and pencil ready, because we have a bundle, a plate full of information for you, and give a nice warm welcome to Elizabeth Tapp. God bless you. It's so good to have you on the show. It really pleases me, because there is so much information that about the services that are available. We're going to take it nice and slow and nice and easy. But let's start. I know them out there, and I know, well, now, who is she? Where is she? You know, tell us about her. So, Elizabeth, our friends out there, if you just look right into that camera, they'd like to know a little something about you. They're personal in that way.
Sure, absolutely. My name is Elizabeth Tapp. I'm from Catholic Charities. I'm a supervisor over information and assistance. I moved to Chicago about 16 years ago from Michigan. I originally worked in family services through the Department of Children and Family Services, and then I moved to Catholic Charities about a year ago.
Now, you didn't give us enough information. Are you a single gal? Are you married?
I am recently married.
What do you mean recently? They want to know all the little juicy nuggets.
Sure, absolutely. I met the love of my life about 3 years ago, and we got married on May 2nd of 2015.
Now, this love of your life, does this love of your life have a name?
He does. His name is Brett.
Okay. Well, I want you to look right in there and give him a big smackaroonie.
Love you.
That was not a smackaroonie. On this show, we go, oh.
You want me to do it double-handed?
Yeah.
Love you.
Okay. That's good. Okay. Now, we also want to wish everybody a happy Easter. This is Easter week. Let's start right in with this. I know we both talked about this before the show. Catholic Charities have been around a long time, right?
Yes, a very, very long time, yes.
Now, Catholic Charities, maybe you can tell our audience what Catholic Charities is.
Sure. Catholic Charities is a non-for-profit organization. We serve individuals who are in need from birth to seniors. So we kind of fill in all the gaps. We help families, we help individuals. We do a lot of great things.
All right, now let's talk about like the funding. Catholic Charities has some of the funding, but Catholic Charities, from what I see, it is kind of the conduit, isn't it?
We are. We have funding from many different places. We get funding from the federal government. We also get funding from the state, but we also do private fundraising, and we get funding from that also.
And so you get funding from a lot of different places.
We do, absolutely.
And now, I know that what we're going to concentrate on today is the senior fraction, because Catholic Charities is such a huge operation. And I want to say this, that Elizabeth happens to be representative. Now, what is your title with Catholic Charities?
My title is Supervisor of Information and Assistance of Senior Services of Lake County.
Of Lake County?
Yes.
Okay. So this show goes into more than Lake County. It goes into like Cook County, McHenry County. It goes into variable counties, so the programs vary from county to county. I know we talked about this, that Lake County and the Chicago County are kind of together.
We are. Catholic Charities of Lake County actually falls under the Chicago Archdiocese of Catholic Charities. So Cook County and Lake County fall under the same umbrella.
And so, and falling under the same umbrella, they would have similar programs.
Yes, for senior services, we have similar programs.
Okay, but the other counties would have similar programs, but some of the programs may vary, or some of the programs aren't carried under Catholic Charities' name. Is that correct?
That is correct. One of the programs that we're going to discuss today is the community care program, and that actually exists throughout the state of Illinois. So for Lake County and Cook County, Catholic Charities oversees that service.
So it's the same type of service, it just has a different name to it.
That is correct, yes.
Okay, now I know the variety of programs that they are, it actually starts from birth, right?
Yes, it does.
It starts from birth and it goes up to, well, it goes on ending, you know, up
It does
to this,
end of
into
life,
the,
yes.
right into the senior programs.
That is correct.
So it would be birth and then teenage and adult programs. So there is all different types of programs. Well, first of all, like to find out the variety of programs, why don't you give a telephone number and the website?
Sure, absolutely. Catholic Charities of Lake County Senior Services, we are considered a no wrong door system. So the program that I oversee is the Information and Assistance Department, and they can answer any questions about any programming or anything. And the phone number there is 847-546-5733. And the website for Catholic Charities is www.catholiccharities.net.
All right, now if you do that one more time.
Sure, absolutely.
Very slowly.
Sure. Catholic Charities of Lake County, our phone number is 847-546-5733. And our website is www.catholiccharities.net.
All right, now you went very fast, but you said some name, no door, what was it?
It's called a no wrong door system.
Okay, now that's a long name, no wrong door system.
Yes.
That's a hard thing to remember. Now, what does that mean?
What that means is that our Information and Assistance Department we answer phones all day long, live phone calls from anyone in the community, even in other various counties. We get phone calls about various needs, from needing assistance with housing, finding housing, to needing assistance with in-home care, just many various different things. So what a no wrong door system is that we will try to find whatever services or foundations or anything else, if they don't fall under our senior services umbrella, we'll find them other resources.
Now, we just had an instance before the show where a crew member had a friend who, because of some sort of recent separation she had, that she was having difficulty in finding someone to help her with her situation.
Yes.
And you did the courtesy of saying, you know, here, take my card and I will follow through on this to find out if there is. And so you've taken this on as your own challenge. There is some foundation. So this is a perfect example. I'm glad it happened on this day and that the crew member came up and asked a question about it, because this tells us there's a lot of people in this particular situation that don't know where to turn. And Catholic Charities will help them in following through, right?
Absolutely. You know, it is our intention not to leave someone without resources when we get off of the phone with them. So no matter what their need is, you know, we may not be able to answer it right away when we're on the phone, but we will get information from them. Try to do as much research as we can to find out what else exists out there, not only from a community level, but to a state and possibly a federal level, to assist them.
Oh, that's so good. Now, there was something else that I was going to ask about, and that is, like with Catholic Charities, what is their main function? I don't think that we talked about that.
Sure, absolutely. Our main function at Catholic Charities is to help those in need. So we're looking at, like we discussed too, from birth until seniors, whatever an individual's need is our intention is to assist them with whatever that need is. Let it be if we can assist or if we can find someone in the community who can help out. So we're finding those resources or giving them to them
So
from our own.
if you don't particularly have it within the organization that you're representing, you will help them and be a bridge for them to an organization that will fill them in on what their need is. You know, we're going to come back to this and go into the senior programs, but now we're going to do Vita's Pearls of Wisdom. There's a couple of things that I want to talk to you about today. You know I say this over and over again, but you can't hear this enough times to get the benefit of it. I want it drummed into your skull. Now, all of us take vitamins, but we have to remember, and we have to keep it in these little gray cells up here, keep this going. Take your vitamins with food, because when you take your vitamins with food, you're getting the benefit of why you're taking vitamins. When you don't take it with food, the only thing that benefits is your toilet, because that's where it goes. It goes right through you. Now, there's another thing, that when you feel a cold coming on, that it's a good thing to take extra C's, and you cannot overdose on C's. They just will pass on right through you. But if your vitamin intake includes like calcium, extra calcium, and then you take extra C's, what you're taking, if you're taking extra C's, the C's and the calcium, there's a conflict there. Now, the conflict isn't going to hurt you, but you're not going to get the full benefit if you take them singularly. Let me put it in a language you'll understand. If you took too much orange juice and too much milk at the same time, you would have a conflict, because you have two different elements going. You have the calcium and you have the acidity going into it. So just be sure, if you are taking extra C's, to take your calcium at a different time, okay? That's one thing. Now, another thing is that a lot of people don't understand this, that when your doctor has given you your vitamins, that's your all your medications, that's on your medication list. Now, anything over-the-counter supplement, that is added to your medication list. And even though something is over-the-counter, it could be in conflict to your medication list. So, when you go to your doctor, be sure to bring with you a list of all the over-the-counter supplements you're taking, so that your doctor can look into it to see if there's any conflict with your over-the-counter supplements with your medication. This is a good thing to do, because it'll keep your metabolic balance in a better harmony. And you know that we're living longer. We have to learn to adjust to all these things to know how to live longer, and so that we can give the generation behind us advice on how to do it. We're the leaders. We're the first group that has come out this long. Go to our website. There's a lot of information. I got a lot of shows on there. And the website is seniorissuesetc.org. It tells all the places the show is seen, and there's about 40 shows online. And you know how to keep safe, take those vitamins in the right place, and we're going to get back to this information. Okay, now Elizabeth, I think that we've sort of laid a foundation now. There's a couple areas I'd like to go into before we go into the senior programs. One is, I know that you have transportation available. Maybe you could tell our audience, our friends out there about this, because it's a very interesting program. Okay.
Sure, absolutely. We do have a transportation program. It's for medical transportation. That would include medical, dental, hearing, vision. We also do some physical therapy. We also assist with getting to and from the pharmacist to get your medications.
Now, is this a bus that comes, or is it a car? What is it?
No, what it is we have a contract with 4 different transportation companies. They each vary in what they have to provide. Some have a van where they can take somebody in a wheelchair or that needs further assistance. We also have companies that provide just a regular car for people to get in and out of. They're door-to-door service, so it's not curb to curb, it's door-to-door. They can help you from your door to the car, getting in and out, those types of things to get to and from your appointments.
Now, what would the cost be on a program like this?
Well, the program itself is a donation-based program. So
What does that mean?
what that means is that no matter how far the distance is, because we also assist not only throughout Lake County with the transportation, but we assist into Chicago for medical appointments, into Milwaukee, and into McHenry County. So as everyone knows, that cost can be pretty high for transportation if you were going that far. But what people would receive is a donation letter at the end of each month that they use the transportation. And if they could donate, it goes back into the program. If they cannot donate, they wouldn't be refused transportation.
They wouldn't?
They would not be refused transportation if they could not donate.
Oh, they would not be refused transportation?
That is correct, yes.
Oh, so it's just on a donation basis?
That is correct.
All right. Is there any other program you'd like to talk about?
We do have another program, which is the one that we kind of touched on earlier, which is the community care program.
Yes.
Which is for those that are 60 and older. There's an asset limit for that program, which an individual, the asset cannot exceed $17,500. For a married couple, it would be $35,000.
Okay. Now, let's go slow on this.
Sure.
What does that mean, asset?
Asset means anything besides your first home.
Okay, so your first home,
Yes.
it doesn't count.
Correct.
How about a car?
Your first car, so one car wouldn't count.
Okay, so those two things don't count. Now,
Correct.
what counts?
What counts would be savings accounts. It would be stocks, bonds, IRAs, annuities, anything that can be cashed out pretty much.
So for a single person, it's 17,500.
500, that is correct.
And for a couple,
It's 35,000
it's 35,000.
in assets.
So that's pretty good. Now, how about your income? Does your income count?
Income is not counted. It is only assets.
It's only the assets that are counted.
That is correct.
So it's computed. So it's computed on that basis, and then that if you're within the guidelines of that basis, you're eligible for the program.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now let's go over the senior programs, because there's quite a few in the senior programs.
Sure.
So what is the senior program called?
So the senior program, the community care program, which we were just discussing, is in-home homemaker services.
It's in the, so it's right in the person's home. they
That
come
is,
out.
yes, that
Okay.
is correct.
And
So
so what would the program consist of?
what it would consist of is task-based type of jobs in the home, which would mean cooking, cleaning, laundry, assistance with grocery shopping, bathing, just various different things to help individuals remain in their home.
Shopping?
Yes, yes, shopping, grocery shopping, those types of things, transportation to and from doctor's appointments also.
Well, now, would they take a person like to a doctor's appointment, or does that come under the transportation?
They could take somebody to a doctor's appointment.
If it falls within their hours?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
So now, okay, say a person, what is the process? Let's take the first step of the process.
Sure.
So the first step of the process is this senior person needs to contact Catholic Charities. So let's give the telephone number again.
Sure. The senior person would need to contact Catholic Charities of Lake County at 847-546-5733.
Okay, so then they tell whoever answers the phone what their situation is. Then the next step is they do a profile on the person. How does that handle? What is the next step?
The next step, so when the senior calls our information and assistance department, the case manager would ask them various questions, name, address. They're going to ask them other personal questions such as Social Security. And I know everybody's not comfortable with that, but it is a part of the requirement. They will go through what the individual is suffering from or why they need help in the home. So
they would go through whatever disability the person could have or whatever the need is.
Absolutely.
The current need
yes,
of
absolutely.
the person.
So they would process that with them. They would determine whether or not on the phone that they would be eligible for what is the community care program. If they're eligible for the program, what happens is that their information is given to our scheduler. Our scheduler would then contact them to set up an in-home assessment where a care coordinator would come into their home, speak with them further about what their needs are, and do a full assessment to determine how many hours per week they would have in-home help.
Oh, so then after all this information is given, what's determined is how many hours of help this person needs to put them in a better position of living a healthier life.
Absolutely.
Is that
yes.
correct?
Yes, that is correct.
So this person, if they have a disability, they might need someone to help them with the bath, right?
Yes, they could.
And if they have a disability, they might not be able to cook for themselves. So we'll help them with cooking, and we'll help them with their laundry, and help them with their housework.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes, because what we find too is that people can remain in their home, but sometimes tasks such as doing your laundry and lifting baskets, bending, pushing, pulling, folding becomes very difficult. But to have an individual come into your home and assist with that process to remain in your own home is imperative.
Then is this like reassessed at different intervals?
It is actually. It is reassessed on an annual basis. So once a year, a care coordinator would come into the home and do the same assessment. So they would come into the home again and reassess. Or if something happens where somebody is in need of more hours or more assistance, what they can do is contact us again, and we can request what's called a redetermination of needs.
And I've also heard that Catholic Charities gives a call every month to find out if everything is going well with their services. I know that they do that.
I do understand that we do some check-ins, and we do ask questions about how things are going. That could be from our community care program, if somebody is utilizing that, or if they're just utilizing our transportation program.
I have another question.
Sure.
Now, it's not Catholic Charities that comes in and does the housework. It must be like a cleaning agency.
What it is it's in-home services, so homemaker services companies that exist throughout Lake County. So we have contracts with them where they provide those services.
All right. Now, what I'm reiterating at this time is what you're speaking from is the structurization of services and how they work in the Lake County area.
That is correct,
But
yes.
since this show goes into other communities besides Lake County, that similar services would be provided, but maybe just some slight variations, but not very many. It would be similar.
Absolutely, it would be similar.
Because it's not just cast and wool. We're not stating this. So we're stating it from a Lake County point of view. We want to make that clear, right?
Yes, that is correct.
But in any event, like with that, what do you call it, no wrong door system.
No wrong
Yes.
door.
I can't hardly remember
That's
that.
okay.
No wrong door, that you can call and ask a question about any kind of services, and there's always, Catholic Charities are good researchers. They're good researchers of finding some foundation that will help you out. Now, I know that you having a foundation in family services that gives you sort of a compassion of what the needs for people are. You have an open heart, and we discussed this. We're both good at researching things.
Absolutely, yes,
And
yes.
that's a helpful benefit. And exactly what is it in you that is being fulfilled? What are you seeing? What are you getting? Because you seem to, your passion that's lying in this job, you seem well fitted for this job.
Absolutely. I think I really just enjoy working with people, and we had talked about the research piece. I like finding new things and things to help people and assist them in their lives. I've always had a passion just to, try and help whoever was around me.
And to get solutions.
Absolutely, solutions, absolutely. So I'm not a person who likes to, come to a dead end without an answer. I like to continue to research and find things to try and help people out.
Yeah, well, I like you to look into that camera and to talk to the myriad of people out there that whatever their problem is, that
Sure.
they could contact you, right?
Sure.
Look right in there.
Absolutely.
Give a word of encouragement.
Sure, absolutely. We at Catholic Charities are passionate about what we do, and we are more than willing to help anyone out. It's a no wrong door system. We encourage everyone to call us if they have any questions or are in need of anything. And again, our phone number is 847-546-5733.
And so I know that you have probably seen many benefits happen with people when they could get together and find out that there is a solution to what their problem is.
I have. I've seen a lot of people who felt as if there was no answer to what their need was, and through working with Catholic Charities or finding other organizations to assist them, they've been able to get their needs met and remain in their homes and remain happy and content where they're at.
And, I wanted to encourage seniors, if they can't get to a phone or if they're at a library, any librarian is also open to helping people find out, either to go onto the website or find out. Maybe you can give that website one more time.
Sure, absolutely. Our website is www.catholiccharities.net.
Okay, and the telephone number one more time.
Sure, absolutely. Our phone number is 847-546-5733.
Well, you know what? I'd like to have Catholic Charities back on periodically because we have different people tuning in at different times, and you can never hear this information. And in everybody's life, even if they don't need it now, they might need it in a month, or they might know somebody. And so this is Easter week. I want you to go out and do a kindness to somebody and be generous with your love. Spread it out, and that's what the world needs now. We're in so much turbulence, and if we show this kindness and show the love of God that passes all understanding, it will help brighten up our world. And now you know what we've come to? When you come to the end of your rope, you know what I want you to do? I've been saying it for a long time. You grab your rope and tie a knot on the end and hang on. And when you hang on, you're doing it for a reason. You know what the reason is? Because the best is yet to come. We want you to catch the Spirit. We love you.